From mysterious flashes in the sky to entire squadrons of strange objects, our world seems to be engulfed by a real wave of enigmatic phenomena. Everywhere, mysterious lights, flying craft, and occurrences that defy logical explanation are appearing. What is it? Secret experiments or visits from guests of other worlds? Watch until the very end. I promise it will be interesting. All around the globe, news is spreading about mass sightings of mysterious flying objects. People in different corners of the planet are increasingly noticing blinking lights and silhouettes that seem to violate the usual laws of physics. And here is a new sensation. In the very heart of Washington, not far from the Capitol, eyewitnesses spotted an entire group of strange lights. They remained motionless in the sky and even changed color. Skeptics immediately started talking about airplane lights, but official representatives did not confirm this version. Experts rushed to explain everything as optical reflections, but many are convinced that there is something more behind it. Some have suggested there is a cover-up, hinting that the events are being carefully concealed. While the public was trying to make sense of the first mysterious lights over the Capitol, another video from Washington surfaced online. In it, a strange formation of glowing dots appeared in the night sky, reminiscent of an encoded message. Some made out something like symbols or letters in the arrangement of the lights. Others decided that it was a kind of language through which attempts are being made to communicate with us. Among local residents, anxiety is growing. Have we really witnessed a genuine attempt at contact between unknown forces and humanity? But it is not only the Capitol that has found itself in the spotlight. The state of New Jersey has also been swept by a wave of mysterious sightings. Residents watch with amazement as bright objects hover at low altitude, emitting a humming sound completely unlike that of an ordinary drone. Eyewitnesses claim that some of these craft were almost the size of a car. Some are sure these are flying ships from other worlds, while experts stubbornly insist they are advanced drones. However, the picture became even more complicated when other witnesses captured objects of an entirely different type. Flashing lights not typical of airplanes or helicopters. City dwellers in New Jersey continue to find more and more evidence. One of the videos recorded an entire scattering of lights as though they were suspended in the night sky. They barely moved, giving onlookers time to examine them and conclude that they might not be just unmanned craft. Many are beginning to suspect that something extraterrestrial is clearly involved. There is a theory that the objects have an energy field that allows them to hover motionless or hide from human eyes. The next incident astonished everyone who happened to be on the road in New Jersey at the time. A driver noticed a group of strange lights moving in unison as though they were a single entity. People wonder, what kind of craft has such an unusual shape, since no known airplane has contours like that? Theories abound, from military force developments to direct intervention by extraterrestrial technology. And when airplane passengers filmed a similar formation from above, it raised even more questions. And here is yet another episode. Two friends went out for a walk and spotted something colossal in the sky, resembling a giant drone. According to them, this craft was the size of a bus. No commercial or amateur drone can match those dimensions. Guesses immediately arose. Might it be a secret military development? Or perhaps humans have learned to use knowledge obtained from certain guests? While official agencies remain stubbornly silent, the public is drowning in speculation. In the town of Mendham, New Jersey, a reporter and colleagues caught on camera a cloud of such an unusual shape that it resembled a transparent film rippling in the air. It gave the impression of being made of water or a similar substance. The most striking hypothesis is that it was an attempt to camouflage some flying object. Supporters of extraterrestrial theories are convinced that this air film is the result of invisibility technology used to hide a craft from prying eyes. The next recording left even seasoned lovers of everything strange at a loss for words. The video shows an object with a barely visible shimmer, resembling a force field. By the end of the clip, it transforms into an even circle around the object itself, as if generating an invisible barrier. Could this be a shield for protection against external influences, a camouflage system, or even a portal? It is hard to imagine what technologies might be in use if this is indeed alien. And here is an episode that alarmed many. Footage appears of some aircraft emitting laser beams. The initial explanation was that this might be a military helicopter conducting exercises with tracer rounds. But experts refuted that hypothesis, noting that what was captured on video does not resemble the usual tracers. Once again, the question arises. Could this be a demonstration of an otherworldly weapon, or perhaps a mysterious military project under the strictest secrecy? Two friends, returning home, suddenly saw a classic flying saucer in the night sky, covered in blinking lights. According to them, it looked as though it was preparing to land. The girls kept filming until the object disappeared from view somewhere beyond the horizon. Naturally, everyone wondered, where exactly did it land and what or who could have been aboard this mysterious craft? Sudden interference on radio stations added even more mystery to the city. There were rumors of a strange pulsing sound on the air. Then came the shocking news of a plane crash, blamed on the unidentified flying objects that appeared in the sky. The public was gripped by genuine horror. It seems it is no longer limited to harmless sightings. Are we facing something far more dangerous? In one district, a crowd of people gathered, looking at an unusual spectacle in the sky, bright parallel bands of light. Then a second trail of light suddenly appeared, which suggested there were two objects. Suddenly they disappeared, as if dissolving into thin air. It gives the impression that these were deliberate, coordinated actions by some force that wants to warn us or is simply teasing humanity, appearing and disappearing at will. A passenger on a routine commercial flight from Chicago to Newark looked out the window and saw a group of strange lights high above the clouds. They remained in place even as darkness fell. Why did they linger there so persistently without hiding? Perhaps they were observing human activity. There are many questions and no clear answers. An eyewitness from an apartment in Houston noticed a mysterious violet glow, as though slicing through the sky and extending toward the ground. The sight was so fantastic that some concluded it marked the start of large-scale alien infiltration and that they had already begun active operations. In one Russian city, a resident accidentally filmed a bright vertical beam coming down from the sky. When the recording spread across the internet, there were those who called it an atmospheric phenomenon. But others believed that it was an abduction of people or even a hostile alien attack. No one can say for sure what it really was, but many fear that this is only the beginning of massive events. On social media, another video began to be discussed, showing a strange airplane with an unusual shape flying across the sky. Its sound was much louder than that of typical aircraft. People immediately recalled the mythical triangular craft that some believe to be a military development, and others consider a hybrid of alien and earthly technologies. Whatever it is, the uproar around what is happening is not subsiding. In Poland, a camera captured an object resembling a chaotic pile of metallic elements. Some joked that it was a flying castle straight out of science fiction films. When a second, clearer video emerged, the situation became even more puzzling. No hot air balloons or known devices matched the description. There were no sounds, and the edges of the object looked sharp and angular. In one province of Vietnam, friends noticed right in front of them two black shapes, frozen in midair. Someone speculated that these were flying objects that had run out of power and were hanging there, waiting for assistance. Others claimed that the sky itself seemed to be tearing apart. A driver traveling through Arizona's desert region came upon a terrifying sight. A shiny metallic sphere was hovering silently and motionless in the sky above a solitary building. Many were intrigued by the building itself. It could be a secret laboratory conducting experiments on anti-gravity craft. Some are convinced that such technologies could not have arisen through human genius alone. Seeing triple lights in the sky, a resident of Tula, a city outside the United States, immediately decided it did not resemble an airplane. There was no sound at all from the object. Local authorities shrugged and claimed they knew nothing about it, while townspeople continued to puzzle over whether it was secret testing or proof of a visit by alien guests. The following video took social networks by storm with its peculiarity. The footage shows something that does not look like a standard drone or aircraft. Its outlines were so fantastic that viewers began talking about an alien invasion. But if it truly is an extraterrestrial craft, why was it so boldly flying over a heavily populated area in Florida? In the state of Texas, an amateur astronomer was observing the moon through a telescope when he suddenly noticed an object that seemed to peek out from behind the lunar disk. The footage was so astonishing that people immediately assumed it was a massive mother station hiding in the shadow of our satellite. No one knows how seriously to take such guesses, but one fact remains. More than 1 or 2 individuals saw this sight. It was witnessed by several people, which only intensifies the intrigue. In Argentina, a hovering metallic object of strange shape was filmed in the sky, appearing completely motionless. Many felt that it was floating in defiance of the laws of physics, occasionally changing the angle of a light reflection. Even more of a stir was caused by the new appearance of a whole group of such flying objects in various parts of the country. A theory emerged that it was a mass resettlement of aliens who suddenly decided to leave their former base. But why now? Residents of one Chinese city saw a sharply outlined square cloud in broad daylight. Over time, its edges began to change, as though someone were slowly stretching the structure. Official sources called it a rare meteorological phenomenon. However, ufologists are convinced that under such a cloud, there might have been a real ship using some form of camouflage technology. A long, cigar-shaped aircraft was spotted in the sky over Ohio. By a stroke of luck, there was a military fighter jet there at the same time that appeared to hurry in for an intercept. Eyewitnesses were stunned by the size of the object. They had never seen a design like that in any plane before. Naturally, talk immediately turned to experimental developments carried out in deserts around secret bases. But if so, why hide out in plain sight? A driver traveling on a night highway in Oregon noticed a sinister crimson glow to the side, blinking and seemingly drawing attention to itself. He posted the video online and asked if anyone knew what it might be. There were plenty of answers, but none gave a clear explanation. Some believe it is a divine sign, while others are convinced it is a signal from extraterrestrials. In the state of New York, an airplane passenger noticed an entire fleet of mysterious dots outside the window. They did not show any aggression, but accompanied the plane without changing course. Why did they choose to fly alongside it, all the while remaining calm? Were they evaluating our advanced technology or just being curious? During a live weather forecast, an undefined shape suddenly lit up over a city and froze overhead. Many decided it was an optical effect. But conspiracy theorists are already convinced. We are under constant supervision, we just do not notice it. In one video, a whole tableau of lights is visible. Some burned brightly, others glimmered mysteriously on the horizon. The combination of lights made viewers wonder whether the very celestial sphere was collapsing, opening up other dimensions to us. A fisherman, planning a normal day by the water, suddenly witnessed a bright orb burst out from beneath the surface and shoot into the sky at incredible speed. The possibility of a rocket launch was dismissed immediately, since that would require submarines and a whole infrastructure. As a result, many suggest these are alien technologies capable of moving through both air and water. In one Czech town, residents at a late hour saw a blue glow, as though slicing through the sky. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be a vertical beam directed straight at the ground. Then rumors spread that an entire district had vanished or become inaccessible. The panic is fueled by the silence of the authorities. Did some force manage to wipe a town off the map? A resident of Kuala Lumpur managed to film a round flying structure dimly illuminated by lights, which did not move or descend. Immediately there were guesses. Is this a portal, opened either by humans or by those who have observed us for a long time? Legends have circulated for ages about black triangular craft that supposedly move slowly and silently above the Earth. A new video recording shows a similar object gliding without a sound and with smooth motion. Some believe it to be a military force invention. Others say it is a genuine visitor from space that has been here for a long time and only occasionally emerges to conduct reconnaissance. A family went on an outing in nature and noticed a cloud in the sky that was anything but ordinary. Zooming in with the camera, it became evident that this was a round object with a metallic sheen, calmly hanging in the sky. Why would it appear in broad daylight, above a place full of vacationers? Some say maybe it is trying to establish contact, or, on the contrary, it is searching for something on our planet. A group of friends went on a hiking trip and saw a huge dark object on the horizon. It seemed to hover there, studying the surroundings. After a while of remaining in one place, it abruptly took off and disappeared so quickly that the camera failed to catch the details. There are far too many questions and not a single convincing answer. In one populated area, residents saw a flying craft that did not even attempt to hide behind the clouds. It floated very low, neither moving forward nor backward. Could it have been collecting information? Or was it searching for something or someone? Rumors about a missing pilot from another world instantly flooded local social media. A video recording from nearly 40 years ago, made in Sao Paulo, still puzzles researchers. In the footage, a round object in the sky suddenly begins changing shape, as though spikes appear around its edges. Back then, it caused a real sensation because such behavior contradicted common sense and the usual laws of aerodynamics. At one location, according to eyewitness accounts, a frightening-looking craft with sharp protrusions was captured on film. Suddenly, two glowing orbs flew out from it and then returned, merging again into a single whole. Some observers call it something demonic rather than an unidentified flying object, but everyone agrees on one thing. Such behavior is not typical of ordinary airplanes or drones. These phenomena have now swept across all continents. In central London, in broad daylight, a round hovering object appeared. It made no sound and had a mirror-like sheen. Random witnesses were left bewildered, asking, have extraterrestrials become so bold that they no longer bother hiding? A commercial pilot in Manchester noticed a small sphere right near the runway. According to him, it was the size of a car and had neither wings nor any visible devices. When security personnel approached, the sphere shot skyward at incredible speed and vanished. Even the most convinced skeptics admitted that such cases had not been encountered before. Another incident from Paraguay. Eyewitnesses saw a cloud that suddenly lit up, releasing glowing orbs as though they were bombarding the surroundings. But the orbs quickly disappeared without causing any damage. The question is, was this a planned warning? Or were the unknown pilots searching for something, releasing small probes? Someone saw a distinct black outline in the clear sky hanging motionless over the city. Some thought it looked like a bird frozen in flight. On the internet, people joked about a matrix glitch, but others are certain it was yet another demonstration of anti-gravity technology. In the skies over a place called Du Palos, anomalous things have been happening for many years. One of the recordings shows a bright flash among the clouds, and when zoomed in, you can see a round craft seemingly emitting a glow. Local residents constantly share creepy stories, and eyewitnesses swear that this is a clear manifestation of something not of this world. In Indonesia, next to a large cumulus cloud, there appeared a perfectly round cavity with a glowing rim. At first, it seemed to be just an unusual cloud, but upon closer inspection, it looked like a portal or a domed structure. Some theorists propose that such openings are created by experiments with space, possibly by forces beyond our control. One individual, glancing out the window, noticed dancing lights. At first, there were two moving points, then a third joined them. They twirled and flashed, as if performing some ritual dance. For some, it brought to mind the afterlife and souls rising upwards. For others, it fueled yet more conversations about portals. Residents of Assam in India were literally petrified when they saw a disk hovering motionless at a considerable height in the sky. No one heard any engine sounds or saw any flashes. Many believe this is the most credible proof of the presence of alien forces, because similar objects have recently been spotted not only in this region, but all over the globe. If these stories have puzzled and intrigued you, share them with your friends and loved ones so they too can reflect on these matters. Be sure to leave comments and subscribe to the Top Facts channel, the laboratory of incredible facts and videos from across the internet.